The Long Walk by Stephen King would not exist without President John F. Kennedy and his belief that all Americans should be able to hike 50 miles. The Long Walk comes out in theaters this Friday and is based on a Stephen King book that was published in 1979. However, it's actually the first book King ever wrote, going back to when he was a teenager. And he was, in part, inspired to write it by a fitness craze started by John F. Kennedy. You see, Kennedy was a bit of a health nut. He wanted to make Americans healthier again, but, by exercising, not just bringing polio back. He even wrote an article for Sports Illustrated in 1960 called The Soft American, where he expressed his concerns that Americans were becoming too soft and would become lazy through automation. So, for the US Marines, mind you, he developed what became known as the Kennedy March. This was a hike of 50 miles you were supposed to complete within 3 days. And Stephen King has said on his website that this 50-mile hike inspired The Long Walk, saying, "I had that in mind. I didn't have a car when I wrote that book. I was hitchhiking everywhere. I didn't finish my 50-mile hike, though. I fell out after 20 miles. However, King has also said that the Vietnam War and the draft of young men to witness such untold horrors was also a big influence on the story. Now, the hike was solely meant for Marines. Kennedy didn't really want just regular Americans attempting to hike 50 miles. Everyone from Boy Scouts to homemakers wanted to give it a shot. Now, the idea of a Kennedy March died with Kennedy, but it lives on in Stephen King's The Long Walk, where young men are sent to walk until only one remains.